Hey, what's up, guys? Harrington Hair here, and happy Fursuit Friday. This past month has been absolutely exhausting. Starting a new job, we packed and we now unpacked on account of a now canceled move, not to mention the ever-present dread of the current global health crisis. With all that being said, though, I am absolutely thrilled to be making content for you guys once again. And I'm happy to say, we actually have another guest this week. So, without any further ado, let's talk about the goodest boys around, our friends the dogs. Follow me on these social media platforms. We all know dogs. Dogs are awesome. You probably have one in your house right now. Now understand that when I say dogs, I'm only talking about domestic dogs, not wolves, not foxes. They're getting their own videos, so no worries there. For all the varieties of domestic dogs and their ability to mix with other wild dogs, it's little wonder why the dog is such a popular species. Here to tell us about his experience as a dog persona, we have Boltz the Shepherd.
Boltz was inspired by Boltz the movie and Thunderbolts, as in, like thunder and lightning. The name is obviously very similar to that of the cartoon character, and I have been mistaken with him so many times, which I will come back to in a future question. But the main part of the inspiration for Boltz was the thunder and lightning bolt. And I wanted something that sounded cool, something that sounded that it would get people's attention when the name was heard. And I think it's one of the bigger prospects of this character. There's always these cool fursuiters out there. And when I originally came up with Boltz, which is not his intention now, he's not for attention or purpose, he's just, to be me. And I realised that when I went to a Furry later on in my life, just think about a year or two after I created Boltz. But when I first created him, I was watching videos of these cool fursuiters who went on dancing competitions and who did art and things like that. And I had this inspiration to be something like that, but I couldn't because I'm A, not a good dancer, I'm not great, and B, I can't draw for shit. So it kind of, mudged up in a way. When I went to a Furry 1 or 2 years later after creating Boltz, it was one of the people there that told me that being a furry isn't for attention, to grab everyone's attention. Being a furry is to express yourself in a certain way. And this is when I had a deeper connection with Boltz, because I felt like he meant a lot more to me. I had created this character. When I originally created him, this wasn't what I was thinking. All I was thinking was, ooh, I'd like to be in dance competitions and stuff like that. But when I was told this, it helped me realise that there's a bigger purpose for Boltz than I originally intended. What is my favourite thing about being a German Shepherd? I mean, they're dogs. Dogs are always playful, they're always happy, unless they're sad, but they're mostly happy. They love to go on walks like I do. And they're particularly German Shepherds, they are very, very protective of the people they care about the most. And these are attributes that I later discovered in my life. I am very protective of my friends, and I think it's something that is a valuable quality to, I wouldn't say being a furry, but especially to the species, because it allows me to build, when I first looked at the German Shepherd, it allowed me to build a character that I could express to be me. And when I realised that a lot of the attributes with the German Shepherd are within myself, my character naturally came out. It wasn't that I had to build him anymore. What are the challenges I've had as being part of the species and being a fursuiter? Obviously, being a fursuiter, it does get really hot in the fursuit. I think that's more or less a given. A lot of furries know about it, obviously, because they have fursuits. I think I'm just going to skim past that one. And obviously vision as well. Now, the problem is that a lot of fursuits don't get great vision. I have fantastic vision in this. The Queen of Yin, who built my suit, she's done fantastic with this. So I couldn't ask for a better suit. But in terms of the challenges with the species, a lot of the time you are mistaken with other people and other fursuiters. I've been mistaken for Doryu once, the dancer in America. I have been mistaken for a bear once, which I think was embarrassing on the other person. I don't know, I can't tell. But that was still something they said. They said, "Oh, you look like a bear." And I was like, what? So I think you get challenges along the way even further. I haven't had that many, so I guess I could say there haven't really been too many problems as being a German Shepherd fursuiter. But a lot of the time, German Shepherds do look the same, and I've noticed this throughout the entire fandom. There is no actual colour creativity. Mine is very generic. The only thing different about him is his hair. So that really says everything, to be honest. And I should probably at some point go back to the design stage and actually look at him. Maybe make a few tweaks and changes, because it might help identify Boltz a little bit more when fursuiters go out in public. Because if I went to a furry convention in the United States, like Anthragon, and there's about 3 other fursuiters who look like me, it's going to be an absolute confusion fest. Advice I would give to other fursuiters: like I said, really, you've got to more or less keep hydrated, because it does get very hot in fursuits, and the vision isn't great, as I've mentioned before. But I think the main thing in terms of with fursuit is always be aware of your surroundings. I know you can't really see that well, which is why you should have a handler with you. But even if you can be aware of your surroundings, you will benefit a lot more from that, because of how, like, you'll be able to walk a lot more with ease, and you'll be able to move a lot more with ease, to be honest. I think the trick with being a fursuiter is, even though it's muffled, use your ears a lot more than your eyes, because it will help you identify where people are. And the last one, where can you find my content? You can find my content on YouTube at Gaming Furries. You can find my TikTok content at Boltz Shepherd. You can find me on Twitter at ThunderSheppy. And you can find me on Instagram at Boltz Shepherd. I think it's at Boltz_Shepherd, actually. Thank you, Harriting, for having me on your video, and these questions have actually been hard. They're not something I would answer every day, so I've just given my own little take on it. Thank you.
Now, Boltz is also a content creator right here on YouTube, TikTok, and other places, and I'll put links to his content down in the description below, so make sure and check him out. Now for the comment question of the week. What's a breed of dog that you wish you saw more fursuits of? Let me know down in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And a big fat thanks to you, Boltz, for helping me out with this week's video. I really appreciate it. And I want to give a big shout out to my Patreons, Sobuhasi, Sasha Fennec, and Lempet. I really appreciate you guys being so patient. This past month has been just so hectic with all the stuff going on in my life. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.